talk about Michael Jackson, who they said a California appeals court has issued a final ruling that Michael Jackson's estate can proceed with a $600 million sale of the singer's catalog to Sony Music, rejecting objections from his mother that aimed to block the deal. Because we talked about at one point that the mother was trying to aim to block a deal, and I think she was butting heads with Michael's children in regards of giving them permission to, you know, I guess, license his catalog that he worked so hard for to take and own, and the Beatles catalog. I wonder what's going on with that. I wonder if Paul McCartney's still mad at him over that. So the new opinion, which essentially adopted a tentative ruling first reported by Rolling Stone last month, described the secret 2022 Sony deal as a joint venture that estate executors John Branca and John McClain had the right to broker while Jackson's estate remains in probate, a court-supervised process for handling will disputes. Details of the confidential catalog deal were first reported by Billboard and later confirmed by Rolling Stone. Now, in the new 19-page opinion, the three-judge panel described the confidential deal as a transaction that involved transferring a significant portion of the estate's assets to a joint venture between the estate and a third party. In exchange for a large cash payment and an interest in the joint venture, Catherine opposed the deal on the grounds that it violated the terms of her son's will, specifically a provision that says all of the estate's assets must be distributed to the trust, naming his children and mother as beneficiaries once probate closes. Now, in her appellate filings, Catherine argued that allowing the estate's single most valuable asset to be transferred to a new company owned only only party by the estate, was fundamentally inconsistent with Michael's wishes. She says the deal made it impossible for executors to transfer the entire estate to a trust. The appellate judges rejected the position. They said Jackson will give the executors broad powers to manage estate property while the estate remains in probate. So the prior judge did not abuse his discretion when he granted the position for approval of the deal. Well, look, if that's what it says in the thing, that's what you got to go along with, whether she want to like it or not. And they were saying that were the effect of the court's order to give an estate asset to a third party, we might agree that the order violates the will. This is what the three judges in California's Second District Court of Appeal said. But the proposed transaction is not a gift or distribution of estate assets. It is an asset sale, pursuant to which the estate receives a significant monetary payment and interest in a joint venture to exchange for the transfer of assets. The judge says the deal neither diminishes the estate's value or impairs the executive's future ability to transfer the estate assets to the trust. And also, didn't we hear some stuff that they over there struggling financially in regards to like the Jackson estate and how y'all backed up on y'all bills and things? So I would think that y'all should probably push this forward so that way y'all can get a little coin title out of the situation. I don't think Catherine know what the hell she doing over there, because they were saying she been behind on her payments and her taxes, allegedly. So who's handling all that over there at the estate? So they're sitting there talking about that his estate has remained in probate since his 2009 death, largely due to ongoing tax disputes with the IRS. Once probate closes, the entire estate will be transferred to the trust, naming Jackson's three children as the principal beneficiaries and Catherine as a lifetime beneficiary of a subtrust that will revert to the main trust upon her death. Catherine's lead lawyer on the appeal and the lawyer for the estate did not immediately respond to Rolling Stone's request for comment. According to an appellate brief previously filed by the executors, the asset sale was negotiated to take advantage of a market that was by far the hottest it had ever been. The deal, which closed amid Catherine's appeal, lets the estate maintain effective control over Michael's music while diversifying its range of assets. So what's the problem? Like, I don't understand why this is an issue. It's like you still maintain control over his music. It's just you put it out there, I guess, so that way y'all can make a little money off of it. In a heavily redacted filing obtained by Rolling Stone, estate lawyer Jonathan P. Steinappier, I think that's how you say his name, Steinappier, called the deal a remarkable one that gives the estate the best of both worlds in terms of tax benefits and earnings. He said that under the deal, the estate retains the right to control critical decisions related to Michael's name, image, and likeness, and exercise day-to-day control over his trademarks, which is what I literally just said. It's like you have control over all of his things. You have control over his name, his likeness, his image, the stuff, his catalog and all that other stuff. And if y'all are running low on cash, which quiet as it's kept, none of you fucking Jacksons outside of Janet is fucking working. Why the hell wouldn't y'all be okay with this? Because what the hell Prince doing in BG, blanket in Paris? She's supposed to be the model, but I ain't never seen her on no damn runway. I ain't seeing her out here like Jules, as in Salon's son, or Kendall Jenner. She'll be talking about how she like eating the box with Willow Smith. That's what I'm seeing what she out here doing on Red Table Talk. So they said none of Michael's 3 adult kids, Prince Paris and B.D. Jackson, filed written objections to the estate petition for court approval of the transaction. Lawyer for Prince and Paris said in a March 2023 hearing that they did not object. A lawyer for B.G. reserved the youngest siblings' right to object. Court filing state. During the evidentiary hearing, Paris appeared briefly to say she joined her grandmother, but did not say specifically what her objection was. This is what the new opinion released on Wednesday stated. The court noted subsequently that it was not even sure what Paris Jackson's position is. But she said, oh yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm like, okay with what? Like, you need to be specific, sis. Or do you even know what the hell you objected or you're okay with or objecting to? But that's where the lawyer comes in. You need to be explaining to your client what all this means. Or maybe read a Rolling Stone article, because apparently they break it down better than these damn lawyers half the time. So in March of this year, they said B.D.'s lawyer David Coleman wrote to the court that his client considered the asset sale of paramount significance, both financially and personally, but that he did not support Catherine's appeal. Coleman said his client initially believed that the executors should prove the necessity of the proposed transaction to the court, but once the transaction was approved, he accepted that the deal couldn't be stopped. The chances of a reversal on appeal were quite slim, and B.D. did not wish to incur further expense in pursuing an appeal. Now, Jackson was 50 when he passed of an accidental OD on the surgery strength and anesthetic propofol, blah, blah, blah. We already know. But they said the final liability paid by the estate will be a tiny fraction of that amount thanks to legal maneuvering. The valuation of one remaining unidentified asset is holding up the final resolution of the tax issue, the state has said. And in the meantime, the IRS continues to have a lien on the estate assets. So once y'all figure out what y'all doing over there with this whole lien, the tax situation, and you got the whole lawsuit with James Safechuck and Wade Robson and all that other mess, and then we got the biopic coming out. So there's a whole lot of stuff that's going on with the Jackson estate. But I say, I don't see nothing wrong with what Lil Bump and Grind. I don't see nothing wrong with what they doing over here. If y'all are caught up in some IRS type of situation and y'all ain't been paying y'all bills and doing what y'all need to do over there, so I'm like, damn, y'all don't have people setting, because celebrities have this all the time. Rich people have this all the time. You have a harem of people. I know I shouldn't use the word harem, but that's what we're going with, collection. A harem of people that handle certain things according to, if bills got to get paid or whatever the case is, if you don't know what the hell you're doing. But y'all should at least be privy to what's going on, because I'm not just going to have people randomly signing off on stuff if I don't know what the hell is going on with the paperwork. Y'all need to be smart in that way. And I really feel like that Michael's 3 children need to be paying attention to what's going on with the finances and things of that nature as well, and don't just be trying to live off that man money, especially when y'all have control over his likeness and his name and things like that. So I'll definitely be keeping abreast of the story as it develops. But in the meantime, what do y'all think of this story? As I had to break it on down, because I will admit, in the beginning, I was kind of confused of what all this meant. But Rolling Stone, y'all definitely broke it down in regards to what all this other stuff means. But I feel like the judge, the 3 judges that they had in the whole situation made the right decision. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.